finding a Prebuilt PC that fits your budget and fits your needs is actually not an easy task to do when you don't have a PC knowledge. For that reason, I will show you the best Prebuilt Gaming PCs for different budgets in this video, going from $600 all the way up to $4,000, and you will have even more options down below in the video description, as well with every gaming PC that I'm going to mention. And if you have any questions about these Prebuilt PCs or a PC build, don't hesitate and please comment your question. I will try to reply as fast as possible. That being said, let's start. With the first one, we have the Victus 15L for $620. And I know it's a bit cheaper, but you don't want to get this PC right out of the box. First, you want to click on Customize and Buy and click the RX 5500 for the GPU instead of going with the RX 6400. This will give you a huge increase on performance, and this is a really nice starting 1080p gaming PC. It's not going to be the flashiest, so if you want the highest FPS at 1080p, don't buy this one. But if you're working with a budget of around $600 and you want a PC to get you started, this one is definitely the way to go. You can run games like GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2 at around 60 FPS on average, medium to high settings, or even ultra settings for some of the GTA 5 configuration. And for esports titles, you can achieve more than 140 FPS on average. We are talking about games like CSGO and Valorant, so if you're interested in high FPS on those type of games, there's definitely not an issue there. However, down the line, it's recommended to upgrade the storage and the memory if you want a better performance. But for right now, if you don't have any more money than $620, do not worry about these upgrades. You can always make them in the future. With the next one, we have the Nebula from the Skytech website. This one comes with the i5-12400F alongside the RTX 3050, and the price is $900. Now, like I said before, you will have more options in the video description, so if your budget is, let's say, $700 or $800, you will have those options down below. This CPU-GPU combination will allow you to play every single game 1080p without any FPS drops. You also get 1TB of NVMe SSD alongside 16GB of RAM, so definitely no need for an upgrade here. And you also get that beautiful case with the front mesh panel for the airflow. So overall, this PC is a really solid 1080p option, and you can actually achieve really high FPS in some titles. With the next one, we have a more expensive desktop. We are talking about the 15L upgraded version. This one comes with the i7-12700 alongside the RTX 3060. You get 16GB of RAM and 1TB of hard drive alongside 512GB of SSD. So just like with the last one, you don't have to upgrade anything down the line, and you get more storage than the last one as well, with a better GPU in the RTX 3060. The 3060 is a much better option than the 3050 for 1080p. I believe the 3060 is one of the best GPUs out there for 1080p gaming high FPS, and you can even start playing at 1440p if you wanted to. It's not going to be the best 1440p experience, but if you play easy to run titles, 1440p is definitely achievable. You also get the i7-12700, which is huge for 1080p gaming. And if you want to start your content creation journey, this i7 will do a great job with that. So this is not only a really high FPS 1080p gaming PC, but it's also a 1440p system for the price of $1,050, which is a really good price for a 1440p PC. And it's also a good content creation all-around PC. Now with the next one, we have the Lenovo Legion Tower 5i from Amazon. This one has the RTX 3070 for the GPU and the i7-12700F for the CPU. You also get 16GB of RAM and a TB of SSD for the price of $1,400. Now yes, it's quite more expensive than the last one, but you get the RTX 3070. This is useful especially if you want a 1440p monitor. If you want a 1080p monitor, I believe the 3060 will be enough. Yes, of course you can buy this one and get more FPS, but I don't think it's worth the price difference. However, if you're going to game at 1440p, the difference is going to be huge between the 3060 and the 3070. You get the i7-12700 as well. This is the F version instead of the non-F version, which means it doesn't have integrated graphics. But don't worry, for gaming you need the dedicated graphics, which is the RTX 3070. So if you're confused, just don't worry about it. It doesn't really matter when it comes to gaming PCs. So if you want a solid 1440p gaming PC that can run every single game without any issues, and you don't want to spend more than $1,400, I think the Lenovo one is the one to go with. However, if you have a high-end budget of around $2,100, you can get the Skytech Azure 2 with the i5-13600K and the RTX 4070 Ti for the GPU. You also get 32GB of RAM, which is more RAM than any of the other PCs, and 1TB of NVMe SSD. Now, my PC has the same CPU-GPU combination in the RTX 4070 Ti and the i5-13600K, So here to see the estimated FPS, you can either see it on the Skytech website. You have the benchmarks at 1080p and 1440p. You want to focus on 1440p because the RTX 4070 Ti is a beast of a GPU at that resolution, and you can even start playing at 4K without an issue as well. Or the other thing that you can do is go ahead and watch my video about the PC build that I've made with benchmarks for the RTX 4070 Ti and the i5-13600K, and you can expect a really similar performance. But like I said before, if you want the highest FPS at 1440p, this one is definitely the one to go with, unless you want to spend more money, which I do not recommend, because I would say this is the limit for 1440p, and you can even start playing at 4K without any problem. And we are talking about 4K high FPS for most games as well. With the next one we have a 4K Prebuilt PC. This one is the Chronos II and comes with the Ryzen 7 7700X and the latest RX 7900 XTX for the GPU. For the price of around $3,000, you are getting a great 4K experience, and the only GPU that is better at 4K gaming than this one is going to be the RTX 4090, which, spoiler, I will talk about in a second. But if you want high FPS at 4K and you don't want to go above $3,000 because that's out of your budget, this one is definitely your best option, as it's a great all-around PC for that resolution. And with the best PC for this video, we have the Omen 45L with the i9-13900K and the RTX 4090. If you are a content creation, you will love this system, and if you are a gamer, you will love this system as well. Now the price is around $3,800, really expensive. If you have the budget to and you want the best of the best, definitely go for it, but it's not for everyone. You have to be really sure about spending this amount of money on a gaming PC if you're going to get it, or if you really don't care about money. The good thing about it is that you will not be charged until the product is shipped. Now, of course, you can get this system with better specifications for a more expensive price. There are literally gaming PCs there for more than $5,000, and if you really want more than this, which you don't need, but maybe you're a professional that, for example, needs 64 gigs of RAM and 4 terabytes of SSD, then I do recommend you go into the video description. You will have those PCs there. But for the average gamer, guys, I definitely recommend you going with a 1440p monitor, and for that reason, I wouldn't spend more than $2,000 on a gaming PC. But that's my opinion. You can do whatever you want with your budget, of course, and we all know PC builds are better in terms of price to performance, so if you're willing to build a PC yourself instead of buying a Prebuilt system, then I recommend you watching my PC build playlist for different budgets. You can find your budget there and you will have a great PC build that, trust me, will not disappoint you. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.